Good morning, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Oh, it's a bit rough. Oh. I am mostly over the awful flu, but yeah. Time for the most satisfying game ever. Well, that's why I tried to pick something that was going to be like this, where it was simple, straightforward, easy peasy. Let me try to have the audio set up properly. I do. Yeah, got that down. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it was awful, abysmal. It was genuinely awful. I'm at the coughing fits and random bouts of nausea phase. But we're over everything else, so that's nice. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. We're going to be doing the Warhammer one. So, let's see. We will start cleaning the Warhammer one. How's the volume? It's actually really low. Hold on. What's it like if I put it up max? Okay. That's way too high. This goes down incredibly fast. That's still way too high. Alright. Dang. Because when it was down there, you barely hear anything. That's better. Okay. Alright. Forge Temple, Ring of Iron, Mars. $200. Wow, we are getting shafted. What bug bit you? I have no idea. I have no idea. All I know is that it fucked me up real good. Alright. Listen to the machine right initiated induction. Tech Priest. I am your superior. Magos Pertinax Pius. It is to be your sacred duty to cleanse the Imperium's illustrious machines, to appease their machine's spirit and remove any lingering befoulments. To this end, you are to be stationed at Forge Temple 48759 under the supervision of Engine Seer Tyro 656, located in Mark II Aqua Sancta Arcubus. Order, your first assignment, a mighty Ultramarines Land Raider of the Adeptus Astartes awaits your attention. Must I remain skeptical that a relative novice such as yourself should perform rites on such a venerable vehicle? I am reminded of the words of Archmagos Fulcanolus. The iron, once forged, becomes the sword. Let us hope that this applies to you. Alright. Let's do it. Alright, it's been a long time since I've done this. Ooh. That's our little stand. I like it. I like our ladder too. It's just a normal ladder, but they gave it a red paint job and caution striping. Oh, our platform looks the best though. Neato. Alright. Okay, so what all was it? There was a way to change the stuff on the fly. Was it Alt? Whoops. Hold on. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played. Sorry, I'm also going to be sniffly. Hope you guys don't mind. No, it means when you throw it, it'll go faster. Ah, slick nozzle. Okay. Yep. Yeah, if you guys want to see the dirt. All of it. The whole thing. Alright. Okay. Get right next to it. Oh, hang on a second, we got a bot program. Gotta get rid of that fuck right now. Alright. Unfortunate. That happens. Yeah, exactly. The ladder is the thing goes faster. The subdivision of the vehicle's schematic has been sent to the optic systems. Hell yeah. First off, let's start cleaning up this top. Proposition analysis of detritus may provide vital data on adversarial capabilities. Basically, they're like figure out what all there is. Okay. Oh, damn it. We thought the porn bots were stag. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Yep. There we go. Searchlight cleaned. God, I'm so... I just feel so out of myself. Clean up the area directly around it. Now, let's do the little radar dish here. Should be easier. I did like Viscera cleanup detail. And it is kind of the same thing as well. You know, it's just a cleaning, take something that's all disgusting and nasty and gross and just clean it up, make it look nice. Surprisingly, it is surprisingly a very lucrative genre. Has quite a nice niche to it. Fuck. Ow. I hate it. Rapar said the opening narration is so painfully white man bad. That's a new thing too, Daniel. It didn't used to be that, like, white man bad. So that's the thing that sucks. Because Blood West was a lot of fun. And then, of course, you know, they were chasing that fucking, that BlackRock investment money. I was like, God damn. That's usually the best way to do it. I'll usually take a crate and I'll run around and I'll just throw like the little minutia in. and ever find a body or anything like that, then I'll just take it to the incinerators. But stuff like bullet casings and all, like, you know, all the little fiddly bits I'll just throw inside the crate. The physics are janky as fuck, but, you know, it is what it is. And then you start doing all the, like, mopping and everything like that, because otherwise you're just gonna constantly get shit all over the place as you drag stuff around, drop it, it goes flying out of containers. Okay. What's missing on here? Should be this underside, right? There we go. Woofda. Not anymore. Again, the thing's collapsing. Now that they don't have the backing of people that are like, man, we're just constantly losing money. We don't ever make back any money whatsoever. So BlackRock is, what was it, $5 trillion has been wiped out already. Like, they've already lost $5 trillion. It's like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the market has spoken. Get fucked. Oh. Whew. Ow. Oh. Oh yeah, no, all of it didn't help that even their CEO, Sweet Baby's CEO, and everything is awful, and they've been caught doing mass DDoSing campaigns and shit like that. Like, yeah, they have not done themselves any favors. And of course, Kotaku, you know, being the far left, up its own ass, agenda-based, like, propagandists that they are, jumped in to defend Sweet Baby, and it only made things way, way worse, because then on all of their posts, people started posting about how, like, did you mention that the CEO is a racist piece of shit? Because I don't think you mentioned that the CEO is a racist piece of shit in your articles. And from there, we've got the government itself now, the Department of Homeland Security, no less, is jumping in to try to defend Sweet Baby Inc. And I wish I was fucking kidding. No, the Department of Homeland Security, you know, the incompetent fuck-ups of the Biden regime, they are actually coming in to defend Sweet Baby Inc. And how do you think that turned out? Let's just say it didn't do what they wanted it to do, and now they've actually exposed multiple other companies that are like Sweet Baby Inc., and there's more lists being made. And the controversy is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now we even have people you wouldn't expect, like Elon Musk has now jumped in like, yeah, this is fucked. This is beyond fucked. It's like, uh-oh. You might have fucked this up quite handily, and I am all here for it. Because these companies are literal cancer. And I'm using the word literal more accurately in this case, because that's genuinely what they are. Like, their whole point and purpose is to destroy and rot and corrupt from within, to force behaviors. That is their intended goal, that is their intended mission. They are not good people. Oh yeah, and then the FBI talking about how they're creating special game divisions in the FBI to track gamers because of extremism. And it's like, boy, man, if you know anything about history or how authoritarian fascists actually work, boy oh boy, I'm getting some big old red flags here real fast. Maybe that should be a thing too. Yeah, it is getting to the point where normies are getting aware of this. Not just people that are actually educated, but the actual fucking mouth-breathing consumers are starting to go like, hey, wait a minute. Like, yeah, no shit. Fucking congratulations. Oh no, my push to view didn't work that time. Fuck. I was holding it in hard too. Oh, fuck. I just turned and looked over to the side and saw that the meter was still going. Oh, God. It is. And again, that's because their ideology is inherently terrible, right? They can't win on a battlefield of an exchange of ideas. They can't win. They can't win with rhetoric. They can't win with like logic or reasoning. So they have to try to force behavior. Because the inherent like evils of their ideologies, their philosophies are too extreme. They can't get over those. Like there's just nothing they can do. So they have to try to force adherence to the behavior through more and more extreme amounts of violence. I'm working on an agency here, I swear. The Omniscient would say I'm a very diligent worker. Although, he'd also probably say, that boy's got the Nurgle's rot. He needs to get decontamination. Like, I'm all for acknowledging modern ideas, but not beating people in the head with them. Hell, I had a major fridge last night over a moment of fucking Robots, the movie. What? I think I'll have to explain what a couple of those are. What's a major fridge? maybe a major fight over a moment of fucking robots movie. Should have thoughts on the Wolfenstein games? The new ones? Or just Wolfenstein games in general? Return to Castle Wolfenstein is still the peak of that series. Raven Software's Wolfenstein from 2007 is pretty good, but it's got a lot of clunkiness to it, for sure. But stuff like New Colossus and everything like that, the New World Order and stuff, they're actually not that good, honestly. They're really not that good. Apparently I have one of these, but I don't know what to put. No, appreciate it there, Duncan. Appreciate the membership. Oh my god, alright. No, New Order is not good. Holy shit, New Order is probably the worst of it. Actually, that's not fair. I guess I can't say that because I hadn't. With New Order, at least, I have seen New Order multiple times through. It is incredibly dog shit. It is absolutely abhorrent, and that ending is one of the stupidest, worst things I have ever seen. That ending is so pretentious and up its own ass, it is painful. It's funny I called it the New World Order. Speaking of fun things, while I was throwing up my guts and having kinds of, like, awful nights, how's everybody liked all that new thing that proved the January 6th committee all committed treason multiple times over, and they lied about everything, and we now have all the court records that prove it? Holy shit. I mean, we all knew they were full of shit. But it's one thing to know it, to know completely, and to have bits of evidence on the side. But it's another thing to have now it on government records and everything that, no, yeah, they're totally full of shit, and they all committed treason, and they all should be hanged. It's like, yeah, no, that's entirely what should happen. Every single one of them. I'm sure you talked about it a bunch already, but what do you think of Dune Part 2? I just rewatched Part 1, haven't seen Part 2 yet. I haven't seen Part 2 either. I was way too sick. I'm way too sick. I could not. Yep. Again, I don't know why Vosh... Vosh is such a piece of shit. Like, we already talked about how Vosh needs to be put in a wood chipper already. Like, feet first in the wood chipper, turn it on. Because he's a pedophile. He is. I don't know why he's now fighting to the death to say that his lolly folder is not lolly. He thought it was Goblin Girls and Short Stacks. It's like, bruh, you are the man that has unironically argued that kids being diddled forcefully is not only a good thing for the child, but the Forcer did nothing wrong. This is stuff that Vosh has actually said. So it's one of those, like, I don't know why suddenly now he's trying to, like, be like, oh, I'm not a disgusting degenerate. It's like, dude, what? Yeah, like, trust me, anybody that knows Vosh, or knows anything about Vosh, knows he absolutely deserves a trip to the wood chipper. Whew. It's just like, good God, man, you really are. He really is that person. He really is that bad. Granted, he's also somebody who has unironically said that he will lie and make up anything to win an argument. Right? He will lie, change positions, and do as many fallacies as he needs to win. But then everyone's like, yeah, but we should take that guy seriously. What? I'm sorry? The guy who just admitted that he can't use actual facts, logic, reasoning, or debate. He will do whatever it takes to win, even if it means lying and making shit up. I'm sorry. No, he loses. Yeah. And you know what the funniest part about this, too, is? Is, like, to me, if he had just admitted to it, like I guarantee the motherfucker has a horse folder, right? He is obsessed with them. If he had just fucking admitted to it, I would be less, like, whatever, because his sins are already so bad, like, hey, he's already a fucking pedo. We know it. So, if he had just said, like, yeah, no, I like Lolly, it would have been like, okay. I mean, that was fucking obvious to anybody that's ever heard you speak on the topic of, like, age of consent or, like, 4C fun times with kids. I'm pretty sure everybody could have figured that out. There we go. It's because he's like Hassan, where he just has a cult around him. They don't think. His viewer base doesn't think. His viewers are literal NPCs. They have no intelligence. They need to be told what to do. They just found him first, which is very unfortunate. Okay, I don't know if I got the other gun. Okay, I did not. Alright. That's why I try to stay in one area at a time. Whenever I worry I'm too degenerate, I remember that 50% of the population is worse. So my stance on it is like, you can do what you want in your head, right? Because nobody's being harmed, nobody is getting hurt, and you're not violating anybody, right? You should never damn somebody for what's going on in their head. It's their actions, their words, and their deeds. That should be what everybody should be held accountable to, right? It's why I don't give a shit about the people. Well, I guess, let me put it this way. I do care about the people that enjoy Lolly and Shota and all that kind of stuff like that. But I don't care in the sense of, like, oh, they're evil, terrible people. I care in the sense of, like, I'm standing in a hallway watching you inch ever closer towards the wood chipper, and I have a bucket of popcorn going, like, is he gonna do it? Like, I'm gonna be just sitting there watching, like, he's getting closer. Holy shit, is he gonna jump in the wood chipper? Fuck. God. Mercy. Please. Alright. Whew. I'm not far gone. I'm just into feet and femdom. Weird, but not depraved. I'm sorry, but feet is depraved. You're already in the depravo-meter, son. It's too late. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't even... You can't even imagine. You can't even imagine the fucking couple days I've had. What the shittiest timing. I knew I felt rough on Friday's stream. But I got through it, and I was like, okay, I feel a little not great. And then it just... My things just started going downhill real fast. And I was like, great. On the weekends and stuff like that, when I normally get to relax and everything. And then while we were watching the Starship Troopers movie, I was trying to stay in the chats, and anybody who was there knows I was trying to stay in the chats to talk with everybody and everything, but I was having a struggle session. All right. Oh, there is some stuff here. Okay. And right now I've got multiple fans going on me because I am just sweating like a pig, and I am just sitting here. A long time ago, and I watched the cartoon ages and ages ago. That's like, years. Oh man, yeah. Maybe you're standing too close to the wood chipper. You keep getting dust in your nose. Oh. God, I've got a viewing booth next to the wood chipper. I'm like sitting here with a mini fridge and a bucket of popcorn. That's the way I've always looked at it. Is just like, I don't give a shit in the sense of like I'll have anger towards anybody when it's stuff like that. When it's stuff like that with Lolly or Shota or anything like that, or as it's called in the furry fandom, Cub and everything. It's like I don't give a shit. And I'm not gonna attack you or anything like that, but I'm gonna be standing there being like, okay, you're getting close to a wood chipper. Do you want to jump in? Like, just, again, they're fake. They're non-existent. They're just pixels. Don't really care. But just, can we make sure you just keep it to that, right? Oh. Oh, yeah. No, it's supposed to be a parody of fascism. Why do you support it unironically? I gave them gray uniforms and scary guns. No. Yeah, it is wild. Paul Verhoeven has no fucking idea what fascism is. Ritual fervor, a brief account of the land... Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm gonna get the Land Raider. I'm gonna get the deep lore on the Land Raider. Yeah. I don't think I ever had a childhood crush. I think if I ever did... Well, nothing ever comes to mind. And I'm saying is like stuff like TV shows or anything like that, right? Because, yeah, I had childhood crushes, but they were real people. I don't know if I ever had like a TV show or a cartoon or anything like that where I had a crush on one of the people that was in it. Oh, actually, that's not true. I what's her name? She's Thundercats. Chitara. That was an interesting show. I got nothing wrong with the Thundercats, but that was definitely one of the ones. I was like, damn. God, that was always the funniest part. Was watching shows like cartoon stuff like that back then, and you'd be super excited and everything, and then all of a sudden the Hanna-Barbera hour would come on and you'd be like, no. Ah! Because, you know, kids. And I'm sorry, but Hanna-Barbera's cartoons are not made with quality in mind. Let's be entirely fair and honest. But then, whenever the Thundercats Ho would come on, then the Thundercat Ho would come on. And it had been perfect timing for me to start looking at girls and being like, you know what? They're pretty nice. And it was like, oh, great. Look, Crystal from Star Fox Adventures awoke something. I mean, you know, I understand. I'm saying it was a good something. Yeah, trust me, her design, I'm pretty sure somebody on the team knew exactly what they were doing. The funny thing about Hanna-Barbera was they were always kind of like really low quality effects work cartoons. Like, abysmally so, by the way. We're talking some rough stuff where they can't even keep continuity between frames, which does get pretty wild. That's why the meme of like, what color is Shaggy's hair, and you can literally guess any color and you technically be correct because you can find an episode of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons where his hair color is different. Oh, every time. Every Pokemon generation has at least one beefy, macho, humanoid Pokemon. They know their audience. Again, there's somewhere I'm just like, they know what they're doing. I'm sorry. There's, like, the first time, sure, coincidence, right? Second time, or first time, unlikely. Second time, coincidence. Third time, alright, yeah, no, it's a pattern. I'm sorry. Thoughts on the Dragon Ball creator's death? I didn't know much about him, and I didn't really like Dragon Ball. I'm one of those people that very much did not enjoy the Dragon Ball stuff. Like, I was never a fan of, I'm never a fan of power creep to such extreme levels. And that's what I always felt Dragon Ball was. To where the point of, like, poor Krillin, you know? Of course Sweet Baby made fun of him. Of course they did. The funniest thing I saw was a a guy roasting the shit out of another guy. Another guy who was a fat ass large. So there's this first guy. It was a black guy, and he's roasting the shit out of another black guy because this other black guy is a fat ass piece of shit. And that fat ass had like called the creator of Dragon Ball a terrible racist and stuff like that. And it's because he showed Mr. Popo. And the first black guy is like, "You did not just insult the man." And he goes, "Oh," and he starts on this whole big rant. And he's like, "I know why you don't like Mr. Popo's, because you fucking look like him. You fat ass, whale looking Majin Buu." And it just goes through like all the fat characters. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Yeah, I'm just somebody that I don't really get much excitement when there's that much power creep into things, right? Like the fact that, like I said, I always bring up Krillin because it's like, Krillin was supposed to be a defender of Earth, right? At least that's what I remember. Granted, it's been a long time since Dragon Ball, because again, Dragon Ball kind of like lost me long ago. But it's like, he is so fucked on the power scale, he's completely useless now. Like, he was completely useless, which just sucked. Mexico, I don't know where in Mexico, but Mexico actually had a like parade in Toriyama's honor. That always makes me... It was one of those things, I had said it in Kree's Discord. Mexico, I feel sad for the people of Mexico because they have such a corrupt, incompetent shithole of a government. Right? While the Mexican people themselves are incredibly hardworking and actually want things to get better, and they're genuinely good, industrious people. Data recording pilot. What? On our way to reinforce the fleet, Secundus, we were diverted to a distress signal from the planet, withheld strategic estimate B785. I don't know what Zeely sequence are. I don't know what that is. Air forces stationed there claimed they had detected the presence of a restricted artifact H-class or encountered the redacted heretical. A redacted classified item could be of extreme significance. Land Raider pilot, do not tempt me. Do not tempt a member of the Sorry, the Adeptus Custodes. God damn it! I put Custodes because of cleaning. Oh, sorry, Adeptus Mechanicus. Do not tempt us with knowledge of artifacts and things like that. It's bad call. Is one everyone brings out to say 40k isn't the most OP setting? Zeely? I have never heard of it before. Man, that was the wild part, by the way, learning that Kree has never seen Starship Troopers. So I'll have to make Kree watch Starship Troopers. Yeah, I think that's why I like One Punch Man a lot. Mob Psycho 100, which is another one that comes from the same mangaka. And that one is a fully completed work, by the way. That does power creep incredibly well. Let's make sure we get this handle in here too. Okay. I also saw a video. It was a pretty decent video, not the best I've ever seen, but it was the de-infantilization of Star Wars. So a lot of his conclusions were rough, but basically his whole thing was that, like, Andor, and the reason I said a lot of his conclusions were rough was, he says Andor and Rogue One, and I'm like, you really need to rethink Rogue One. It's not good. I'll admit it tries, but oh boy. Oh boy. But it was a pretty decent video. It had some moments in it, though, that were rough. Some of the moments were, like, getting a little too, like, feels make real sort of thing, where he would just play a compilation speech that I assume he made, might not be he made, but kind of trailery sort of thing for Andor. But it's also like, it's a good way to just show Andor and its great levels of writing and everything like that by literally showing the writing. But it does feel kind of, you know, it definitely feels one of those, like, manipulative things. Yeah. Oh, but if you guys haven't seen Andor, I do recommend it. It's like the only good Disney-era Star Wars that there is. The only one. Which is awful to say. But it's fucking true. But it is definitely a darker, more like, this is not a thing for kids. This is a thing for, you know, adults. Oh. Oh, a dead pixel column. Ooh, fuck. Yeah, I'm not, I don't ever use ultra wides. I just have normal monitor. Like, I got a normal 1080p monitor in front of me and normal 1080p monitor to the left side. I don't have money for lots of stuff. So I don't bother with ultra wides either. I just do what I can. Actually, do we have a... Yeah. Get up in there in those weird cracks. Well, the other thing you got to be careful of with Samsung, I'm pretty sure it's Samsung. There is one of the companies, I'll hold off and say that it's Samsung, but I'm pretty sure one of the companies has been caught where they will intentionally damage and destroy people's TVs and everything so they don't have to repair them to void the warranty. Wait, what did you think of Gear 5? I enjoyed the concept of Gear 5, but then it just becomes like okay, so now how does anybody stand up to Luffy, right? Granted, now I've stopped watching One Piece because I just got so tired of the localizers just being like, we need to push the agenda at all times, and it's like, fuck off. Sorry, I had a moment there where my chest hurt. Oh, all of it. There's a lot more than just the Yamato thing. That shit is the most infuriating one, though. Oh, fuck. I didn't jump. Bah! Favorite Call of Duty Modern Warfare game? I've only ever played one in my entire life. And that was the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. The original. I have never played any other ones because I joined the Modern Warfare 2 boycott, and I have boycotted the Call of Duty series ever since. I will not touch them. I will never physically get them or anything. My buddy got me World at War. Because he's like, I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. I was like, I don't want it. I do not want any Call of Duty game ever. I don't want to support that piece of shit company. And he's like, I'm gonna give this to you anyways because this is a good one. This is a really good one. And I was like, I don't want it. And he said, well, I already bought a copy of it. It's going into your Steam folder if you send it back to me. I'm just gonna keep sending it back to you. It's like, okay, fine. I'll play. Or not Steam. Where was it? What system was it that he kept giving it to me? Ugh, it doesn't matter. But World at War is the only other more modern Call of Duty I've ever played. That was it. So, because I played Call of Duty 1, I played Call of Duty United Offensive. Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3. I was decent in Call of Duty 3. Man, oh man, though, that was a weird time because that's where you had some weird class mechanics. Surprise! I got you cancer. Yeah. Well, he was right. The World of War was actually really good. So. I was like, all right, fair enough. That's a good one. I'll give you that. But yeah, I've boycotted Call of Duty ever since Modern Warfare 2, and that was because of their stance on skins and mods and everything like that. Remember the original one where everybody was making fun of how the boycott doesn't work and everything, because 90% of the people in the Modern Warfare 2 boycott Steam group were playing Modern Warfare 2 the moment it came out. And it's like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. Yeah, Call of Duty United Offensive is probably the greatest of all the Call of Duties. Oh. Overrun by Redacted Heretical. wonder if we can figure out what exactly. We're close enough to detect the presence of the H-class artifact. Fortunately, those before us were wise enough to ensure it within a case it. Okay. X402. It's clear we must return in greater numbers before the is damaged or lost to the redacted heretical. Okay. Engine pipes cleaned. Yeah, United Offensive was by far the best Call of Duty game I ever played, and it had a mod for it that all of the realism units and reenactment units would use, which was called the German Front mod. And we even had a massive, like, role-played campaign where multiple different units and clans and everything would be fighting, and it'd be like, you know, do little documentations of the 3rd Armored Division moves into the blah-de-blah area, and the 9th SS Hohenstaufen moves in. At the time, I was with 5th SS Viking. The 5th SS Viking moves in to defend against the push from the 3rd Armored Division, and then that would be kind of like the pseudo setup for the campaign global map. It was really cool because you had sectors, right? So if you actually, this works perfectly. So if you imagine here these little things, each one of these little sectors would be like a different zone of control. And that's what we would go into. We'd be like, hey, this is controlled by this, and this one's controlled by this, and so on and so forth. And certain ones would have like bonuses and things like that for how the overall war would go. It was a ton of fun. Oh. A little bit of schmutz there. Oh, I got. Whoa! Wow! I had not. Thought I had been way more thorough up top. That's why you kind of have to use the show dirt every now and then, because it looks like it's clean, but it's like, oh, there's still dirt here. How? How is there still dirt? Yeah, it was a ton of fun. It added all kinds of new vehicles in. It added new classes. One of the classes was the medic class. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Granted, that's where the memes would come in with the sunny data, over and over and over again. People just, because people can't help themselves, they just have to call medic at times, and then so they would you just hear that over and over and over and over again. Everybody does it. Everybody has that moment where they're like, you know, I feel like going goblin mode right now. And you just keep calling for a medic over and over. And the medic looks over at you and you're fine standing there calling for a medic, and they shoot you. And they're like, okay. Now I actually need one. It's like, you're just going to the respawn window, boy. Get out of here. Yeah, you go to Gulag. That's, if you've ever seen it, Josh Strife Hayes did a fantastic depiction of healers in anime, because it's so fucking true so often, right? Healers in anime versus healers in MMOs and stuff like that. And the healer in the anime is like, oh, gee, Willikers, well, I hope I can keep up with my friends. I hope I'm not a burden on the team. Oh, man, those goblins sure are scary, but I'll do my best. And it's like, oh, God. And then it goes to the MMO healer, and he's like, alright, listen, I am the one that dictates between life and death. I decide who dies, and Tank, I swear to God, if you get ahead of us again, I will stop healing you. I will pull this fucking party over right now. And he goes, oh, you know what? Maybe if you didn't stand in the bad so much, you wouldn't be dead so much. It's like, yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. D&D clerics are beasts. Clerics do not make love. Clerics fuck. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Clerics are way better as hybrid damage dealers than they are as healers, though, weirdly. Unless you get very specific faiths. Or types of clerics. Because clerics get access to some fucking wild abilities. Because of their faith. Oh. Woo! Nice. Okay. That's pretty accurate. Healers are sadists and tanks are masochists. Match made in somewhere, yep. Build a cleric like Evangelist from Dark Souls 3. I wanted to fucking correct it to the Evangelion stuff. It's like, oh. By the way, I can't stand Evangelion. I really cannot. I know a lot of people that like it and stuff like that, but it's one of those things for me where I do not like annoying, whiny main characters. I cannot handle it. Like, it's just a particular thing where it gets in the thing of like, oh, seriously, I know your life fucking sucks, but suck it up, Buttercup. We're in it for the species, boys and girls. Oh, we have a storm in the real world. God. Media literacy is dead in so many people. Yep, I'm watching the Land Raider. This is the 40k crossover for Powerwash Simulator. I mean, you'd figure they would actually have to do this in-universe. They'd have to clean all the guts and grime and blood and everything off. But such, the blood and guts are a natural coolant. Incorrect. You hear the NHS is under investigation for like 20% of their doctors and nurses being unqualified. It's being called industry scale fraud. Not surprised. I'm not surprised given how much of it was all based off of the agenda and everything to get people in. Oh, did you see that the UK has now, after it did its research on puberty blockers, they have now outlawed them? They are now banned. Wonder if they're bad. Huh. Like, everybody with a functioning brain figured out. Like, the moment that people mentioned it. Holy shit. Ooh, I saw that lightning bolt out of the corner of my eye. Oh, thanks, Duncan. I appreciate that. Duncan gifting a subscription, a membership to the channel. Oh, actually, let me check one thing. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Oh shit, I went to L's too, but I want my money back. Oh. Yeah, chat. This is a pretty gnarly storm out here, so let's see what happens. Oh boy, the number of lawsuits that are coming down the pipeline already. And this is crazy. Okay, so this is the last cannon. Assuming the schmutz is over here. There we go. Wow. Yeah, now we're in the super fine detail stuff. There we go. Okay, so this track needs it. Oh. That track needs it. Engine armor here needs it, and the rear armor here needs it. Okay. I see, I see. I see, I see. Oh, I imagine not just that there's going to be many doctors that are going to get their license removed, but there's going to be quite a few of them that are going to end up in prison. Quite a few. We are not a serf for a chapter. Oh, hell no. We are a member of the glorious Adeptus Mechanicus. We're the ones that are going to properly appease the machine spirit, not some jumped up, muscle-headed idiot. No. The Ultra Smurfs. Ha! They wouldn't know how to take care of a machine spirit if it jumped up and slapped him right in the face. Even if it held their hands and explained in intricate detail how to do it, they would get confused. The soul hatch ramp was so dirty still. Not a servitor either. Wow! God. Always taking away my accomplishments. There must be a big spot we're missing, because that's a lot of, Oh, the Aquila! Because that's... Yeah, look, there's still quite a lot on there. Yeah. You. Oh, there we go. Just little bits of minutia now. Fuck. Come on, you can flip over for the assault hatch, please. I should use soaps and things like that to make things easier for me, but, you know. Fuck it. Fuck it, as they say. Oh. This hatch, though. Oh, there we go. I'm like, there has to be a spot. That's... There we go. We found it. That's the best TV show with the worst fan base. Best TV show with the worst fan base. Oh! I mean, Pagan would probably say My Little Pony. I would honestly kind of agree. Because the show itself was being the emphasis, was good. And it had, of course, the worst fan base there you could imagine. Gravity Falls was great, but I don't remember the fan base being terrible about it. Yeah, he's talking about a game. He's not talking about a game. If it had been game, Undertale would have taken that one handily. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, we got one of the tracks cleared. Damn, that is a... Fucking hell. Chat, I might have to call the stream early here. It is an absolute downpour. Let me check something real quick. The universe may be saying that this week's streaming should be canceled. Two severe thunderstorm warnings. Holy shit, that is a big storm front. That is a lot of purple and pink. Wowza! How fast is the storm? Wow, that is a very fast storm front too. Okay. That's crazy. Okay, so we should be fine. Yeah, wow. I cannot believe how quickly that storm's coming through though. Like, gonna be less than 10 minutes, but it's huge. Such gotta quit early due to rain. His mine shaft must be flooding. Oh, I didn't even think about that. My poor little kobolds. Oh, they have a bunch of drainage pathways off, so it should be fine. Oh, hello there, Schmutz. Where's our platform? Okay. So this engine armor still has a bunch. Okay. There we go. Guess there's just random schmutz everywhere. Or 99%, I can't believe it hasn't triggered the final thing of like, these are your specific targets. Oh, there we go. Seriously though. Oh, outer track armor, this one. Hey, don't you call my little kobolds pathetic? Come on. That's rude. That's rude, uncalled for. Not a snick. Oh. Oh. No, they're not the dog kind. They are definitely lizard-like. And they do have dragon's blood in their ancestry. There we go. Okay. Track armor hatches 2. Inner track armor 1, and the assault hatch. Okay. Finally got to trigger the thing. There we go. There we go. So it's these 2 hatches are going to be a pain in the ass. Okay, there's 1. Bam! Done. Okay. Your efficacy in the Blessed test has exceeded chronological metrics. I feel the motive force of the venerable vehicle resonate. The Omnissiah has indeed brought us a worthy adept. I shall see to it that Tyro 656 reserves only the most glorious and arduous benedictions for your attention. Meantime, it would be prescient to reflect on the further reduction of your biologica to increase efficacy further. Blessed be the Omnissiah. Oh no, we're not part of the Biologist branch. Ooh, Redemptor Dreadnought. Unrelenting Hammer initiated. Tech Priest. Though many of us have been stationed within the glorious Ring of Iron for time immemorial, none have borne witness to the caliber of warrior which stands before you now. Besmirched by the unholiest of Xenos and Flora, it rages for absolution. Know then that you will perform rites of cleansing upon a dreadnought, variant withheld declassification levels as E32601 of the chapter withheld. Once fallen, twice risen, and now augmented by machine. And dreadnought will exalt the Omnissiah for millennia to come. Addendum. This is a singular honor. Do not fail me unless you wish to transfer to the Skitarii on Parlous 5. Glory to the machine god. Oh, wow. Hey, Orionus. Welcome. Well, the Land Raider accidentally started giving us all of his logs. So that was a thing. I don't think the Land Raider was supposed to do that. Yeah, the Land Raider gave us a bunch of information. Alright. I don't know what kind of soapy suds we got. Let's see. Let's do this. What kind of soaps we got? We got glass cleaner. We only got metal cleaner. That's it. Okay. Cleanse initiated. Now just get some soap. Get the soap. Get the soap. Soap. Get that soap. Man, the soap is real strong, isn't it? So you're outranks Tech Priest, and yet Tech Priest sanctifies Dreadnought whilst Interseer cleanses Promethean fuel drums. Oh, the Interseer's getting jealous. Damn, honestly, that's yeah, I should definitely use soap more. By the way, you can actually just hold in, but you know, I feel like that's a waste. Biographical impartation increased ritual efficacy efficiency, sorry, by 30.56%. Slowly be disclosed through communications with the chapter's Tech Marine. I'd imagine whoever's in the Dreadnought has got to be thinking like, this sucks. I just got to stand here. Alright, there we go. Out of cleaner. Let us begin. Up we climb. And we shall begin. Your Magos asked that I impart some account of our chapter's history to assist the vigor of your cleanse. Oh no. Okay. But I already sense the favor that our chapter's Redemptor Dreadnought brother Zakale stirs in you. Fervor. Whoop, favor. Well, that he's in induced slumber. Well, there you go. I never thought about the Dreadnoughts that way. Here's a few words. These are usually the last to pass into the ears of a traitor. Could not wish for him to exercise such judgment in our current location. I appreciate that. I would absolutely appreciate if he did not judge me as a traitor as I'm cleaning him. What are you doing, Tech Priest? What are you doing, Tech Priest? Oh, said with all the energy of a really shitty Brazzers portal. Oh. technically I'm the one that started it, but yeah. I should know better. What are you doing, Step Magos? Oh, God. Sedge, don't loot the dreadnought. Yeah. It's just funny they were talking about like how they need to instill fervor in me. I'm like, what? My job's just I just gotta clean to prep the machine spirit. Let me get to work. Nonsense. Listen to your visual display. No. I mean, you did, Duncan. You already did. You fucked it. You fucked up. Chapter has scoured the galaxy for the corrupt and the honorless. Okay. He's turned their back on the Emperor and left us with no choice but to remove any whisper of them from history. Excursion amidst the dense carnivorous forests of planet detected evidence of such. Why are you trying to get me in trouble? Why are you trying to get me in trouble? Stop it! Tech Marine! Shut up! This is information I do not need to know. I swear to God, the Tech Marine is actually trying to get me, like, strung up by the Inquisition. Or by more ardent members of the Mechanicus. I already used all the soap we had. I got no more soap. That purity seal was disgustingly coated, wasn't it? Schmutz. Schmutz, 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 schmutz. It is. It is a foul muck that is all over this dreadnought. There's to be assault upon the nearby planet of Brother Zakel enlisted our chapter squad into gathering forces. That they seek to obtain is of no import to us. We seek only to identity of the enemy who would have it themselves and to crush them completely. Fair. Fair enough. There we go. Oh, God. My ear was itching like crazy. I think that's the worst part about when you're recovering from sickness and your body just feels weird, like off and everything. Like you just feel like, will I? Won't I? Will I? Won't I? It's like, oh, just make up your mind, and things are just, oh, God. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, up we go. See if I can fit the... Oh man, his driver hatch. Woo! Well, the sarcophagus, as it says. The Sons of Caliban. Whoa! Alright. Ding, ba-ding, bing, bing, bing. Alright. What was EFAP's worst take? The Dune Part 1 movie was really rough. Rags came in and helped salvage it quite a lot, but it was pretty dire up until that point. Yeah, EFAP does really bad when it comes to games. I don't know why. Like, I don't understand why, if a game has lock-on, for example, they expect that you should be able to use it in every single situation and never need to ever turn it off. It's like, what? How is that reasonable? How? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This pauldron is haunted! It's floating! I thought it might be both, that's why I came over to this one. It's like, no, this one's fine. It's just that one. This pauldron is haunted. And has reached the name. Wow. I want to hear a hot take right now. What do you think is the most overrated game that is popular and not made or published by Bethesda or has reach in the name? Doom Eternal. I think that's pretty easy to say. That Doom Eternal is bad. Like, 2016 is way better. Doom 2016 is so much better. It is wild. Oh, that is published by Bethesda, though. Fuck. Yeah, you did say published, not made. Fuck. Okay. Wow, most overrated. And it has to be popular. Again, I guess I could just easy mode it out. Fortnite. Be like, yeah, Fortnite's shit. I'm sorry. Weirdly, hilariously, Fortnite got better when they made it less Fortnite. And what I mean by that is like Fortnite's Battle Royale was an annoying autistic shit-flinging contest of like who can build a fucking manor out of bricks and wood the fastest. And then when they actually had the modes that removed that, it was actually way better for the Battle Royale mode. But also, what I would say, Fortnite never should have gotten Battle Royale to fucking begin with, and should have stuck to its guns. But they were so fucking greedy and wanting to chase trends. They jumped in with a Battle Royale, which was completely different from what Fortnite originally was supposed to be. And they would tell everybody, oh, don't worry, your little heads. We will not lose any development time on the standard Fortnite mode. Don't you worry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the hell would actually believe that. But yeah, go fuck yourselves. That's some shit. I actually liked the original concept of Fortnite. The original concept, the scavenge during the day, build and everything like that, and then you survive at night. It's like it was a neat concept. And then they did the whole like kind of funny haha humor thing about the storm and everything. Like, it's okay. It was all right. The humor, it had a couple chuckle moments for sure. And then they just shit it all away. Yeah. They chased the trend. They saw how popular PUBG was, and they immediately jumped in to do Battle Royale. And then it absolutely just killed the development of the standard Fortnite mode, which then they renamed to Save the World. Oh god, yeah, they're awful. Like, we need to have the Martin Luther Martin. Oh, the Martin Luther King Jr. Monument. Thank you. Fucking hell. We need to have that. Not realizing that they had also given everybody the whip emote. That went out real well for you guys, didn't it? Yeah. Anytime you ever hear anybody open their mouth and say, so everything is political, or like, gamers do not like to hear it, but as games are political, you know that person's a piece of shit. Like, and you can disregard anything they're about to say. Because they're an uneducated retard. They're just an activist. They have no idea what they're talking about. They just want to stuff their fucking politics into your time. You know it immediately. Oh god, the Epic Game Store, yeah. The biggest joke in a storefront, still to this day, the Epic Game Store. Not only because it's a fucking spy front for China, but also for the fact that they don't even have basic fucking features. And everybody's copium defense. Oh, but when Valve first started Steam in 2000, and it's like, yeah, do you understand that that was over a decade ago? Like, holy shit. This isn't like a human being learning to use the fucking toilet. No. This is stuff that you don't have to start at ground zero. You can start where everything else is already. You can have all the quality of life and user features already in place. Okay, which one is it? Nope, this one. Okay. And it's the sarcophagus and the pipes. Okay. Come here. Okay, so it's gotta be above. Yep. Pipe. It's gonna be right there at the front. A little bit of schmutz. You got your little schmutz there. Yeah! Alright. Least favorite good Fallout? Fallout Tactics. Channel Unrelenting Hammer complete. A Tech Priest. Through the expulsion of the unholy residuals of redacted blasphemy, you've honored our illustrious subject. I feel the vibrative fortitude of the Omnissiah surge inside every atom of its adamantian carapace. May the forces upon which it is to be unleashed find the Emperor's wrath. Agenda. The Forge Temple grows ever more inspirited. You have been assigned rights upon a task force set to retrieve and there is much yet to be done. Cognitive reset delayed. Expect your next sacrament imminently. Praise the Omnissiah. Yeah. We're looking at... Oh... A Nurgle Dorn battle tank. Yeah! Yeah! I like it. Canticle of the Iron Soul initiated. Tech Priest, it is time for your next rite. A Nurgle Dorn battle tank procured from the hive world of... well, classified as shit. Substantial biological foulness blunts its machine spirit and demeans its sacred symmetry. This Nurgle Dorn tank will be under the personal command of the eminent Commissar Franz, attached to the Astra Militarum forces at the imminent assault upon, without strategic estimate, B785. Owing to the Nurgle Dorn tank's personal importance to the Commissar, he has insisted on recording directives, which will be issued during the cleanse. Oh boy. The nature of its... Ooh, we're gonna get a lot. The nature of its depositions contains certain sensitives, so I encourage you to accompany the cleanse with contemplation upon the wisdom of Magos Logis Fastidius. The eyes of the righteous look without seeing. Okay. A metal cleaner and multi-purpose. So let's get the metal cleaner. Where is ours? Yeah. Arcadia. What stopped me from having it closer? Huh. It really does not like being closer, huh? Alright. I expect my tank to be flawless upon its return. I mean, that's the plan. Should this not be the case, I'll arrange for you to join my forces gathered for the assault upon... It's a full-on Cadian regiment, okay. I'm certain you would fit in admirably with the ragtag collective of my vanguard. Oh, boy. Basically, don't fuck this up, or I'm putting you on the front line. Really? Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright. Dominatus. Well, I already cleaned one thing. Yeah, soap, very strong in this. Among our number are the... Are you familiar with them, Tech Priest? I don't know what your thing is, though. Sorry, I'm getting redacted. What's my number need encouragement for my power sword? I need it to hold them back. I'm getting redacted. Which side of my power sword might you fall, Tech Priest? Wow! I hate to break this to you, but I would really watch your tone when talking to Tech Priest this way. You can't really get away with trying to bully the Tech Priest. It's more the opposite, really. Imagine what would happen if you actually piss off the Tech Priest. Like, holy shit. The amount of troubles that your army is going to have is going to just be astronomical. Oh, no, not sabotage, Thread. No, oh, no, it totally is not sabotage. We're just having worker difficulties, and there was a delay in the shipment of replacement parts, and oh, you know, there's a little bit of a labor problem that we have going on. Turns out there's a bit of an error by the Astra Militarum that they kind of fucked something up. So, you know, we're gonna have to wait for this. And yeah, you do not want to fuck with the tech priests. Yeah, sabotage and everything but name. That's exactly what it is. They will absolutely fuck you over. It's why the Inquisition itself also kind of, like, has to play ball with the Mechanicus quite a lot, even though they hate it. Because the Mechanicus really does have a lot of power. Like, again, when all of your ships, tanks, guns, everything need the Mechanicus, like, fucking hell. I guess that's what the Imperium gets for hiring kobolds. Wow! They didn't hire kobolds. Yeah, so usually it's the Mechanicus will take care of, like, heretics and everything like that. That's what if a Mechanicum member, Mechanicus member becomes a Mechanicum member, they turn into a heretic, then, yeah, that is when the tech priests themselves will handle it with extreme prejudice, because the Mechanicus really does not like heretics. I have no idea how Belisarius Cawl did not get considered a heretic, but, you know, it is what it is. Because he's a Mary Sue. Yeah. But I'm saying in universe, I don't know how in the hell he did not get strung up as a heretic. Why do you have all your fucking stowed equipment here as well? Like, what is wrong with you? Put your stowed equipment down on the deck so it can be cleaned properly. Bunch of fucking savages. Honestly, that I think would be the neatest part, is if you could actually, like, disassemble, you know, Battlefield strip for cleaning all of the vehicles and everything. That'd be nice. Build an infinite power washer in D&D or Pathfinder? I wouldn't see why not. You just take, how much coin do you have? I don't know, and I mean that, like, literally, because a lot of imbuements of magic actually take monetary investment. Okay. There's an entire formula for Dungeons & Dragons, at least, on how to create your own magical items. It can be incredibly complex. I had to walk Sir Ben through it because I crafted a few magical items for our pen and paper campaign. So I had to walk Sir Ben through it to show him that, hey, I wasn't trying to bullshit him or anything like that. Held stand 3 company of Cadian troops. Okay. Say they will be squandered, and my diversionary vanguard is an understatement. But I doubt you possess the honor to fight alongside them. Wow! Again, this commissar is not very smart, honestly. Stop trying to pick a fight with the Mechanicus. Like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, very likely he's gonna meet some very very unfriendly friendly fire. I'm just talking about how unsafe this is. That heavy stubber there is actually still loaded. Oofta. But yeah, so you could absolutely make a like power washer, but a lot of your questions would have to be why would you do that? Because prestidigitation exists. Like, prestidigitation kind of takes care of quite a lot of things like that you would need a power washer for. It's funny, actually, Sir Ben rewarded me for clever uses of prestidigitation. So, we were in this mine, right? And a bull. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I think it's supposed to be bullet, but a bullet, B-U-L-E-T-T, I want to say, is how it's actually spelled. But bullet, I want to say, came smashing through the wall, and they were like, Chris was like, "All right, we're gonna tame it." And Sir Ben's like, "What?" I'm like, "Okay." And so he tries animal handling because he has an actual bonus in it and everything like that. He messes up. He doesn't get it. And then I start like playing it casual and smooth. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take out some of the jerky I have, and I'm going to like offer the jerky. And he's like, okay, I'll let you do a roll on that. And he goes, but first I'm going to like use prestidigitation to heat up the jerky to make it give off more of an odor. And Sir Ben was like, you know what? I'm impressed that you thought of that, so I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to let you roll with advantage on it. He should have not given me Roll with advantage. Because one of the two die was a nat 20. Long story short, I now have a Bolé as my that my character now has as like a mount I can use. The B-U-L-E-E or B-U-L-E-T-T, the Underdark land sharks. I have one now as a mount. From some... Yeah, there you go. B-U-L-E-T-T-E. Okay, thank you. Yes, that. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. But yeah, I have that now as a mount. Which is just fucking funny. We actually have the screenshot of it because Sir Ben didn't expect it to happen. Let me see if I pick that up real quick. Nobody expected it to happen. And then it was just something like, fuck. Alright. Whoop. There you go. So here's Cortisoth. Here's Thoughtshoe. Little tiny Thoughtshoe and his direwolf that he has as a mount. And now I have a land shark as a mount. Oh, it worked out so well for us. Worked out super well. Bulit? Maybe. Yeah, land shark, I guess, is just the generic thing that everybody kind of knows what I mean. Skip plate is disgusting. Oh, these toe hooks. No, I did not. I've never played Dungeons & Dragons Heroes. I tried to play Dungeons & Dragons Dragon Shard, but it is super unstable. Because I'm pretty sure Dragon Shard is set in Dungeons & Dragons. I know it's on GOG. But yeah, it is very unstable. Like, I'll have to check if there's an actual, like, patch. Finally, we have the penal legions. Why? Why are you telling me about the penal legions? I've collected these redacted hyperbolic from every corner of the galaxy. Why are you redacting that, of all things? What they are, they're disgusting, criminal, low-life scum. They're ne'er-do-wells. Have them redacted, illustrative. in their cells when they can be put to use fighting for the glory of the Imperium. Perhaps I would deploy you amongst them. Fuck off! Commissar Franz, fuck off. Please. I don't know, whoever wrote the dialogue for Commissar Franz, real bad. Yes, that would be perfect for an indolent Mechanicus. You're threatening a Mechanicus member to put them in a penal legion. Sir, you are insane. Holy mother of God. I don't know, whoever wrote the dialogue for the Commissar is absolutely fucked. He was really arrogant and stupid. Yeah, he's gonna be one of those commissars, the type that Cyphus Cain tried to avoid being, because he knew there were lots of friendly fire incidents for commissars that were like this Commissar Franz. And he vowed he would never become one of them. Yep. Do not listen to the ramblings of that infernal commissar. Bulk, I agree with you, but man, oh man, you are also playing with fire right now, sir. We, the Penal Legions, pledge our allegiance to the Imperium voluntarily, and I'm honored to be part of this regiment. Why the fuck is a Penal Legion... One, why does the Penal Legion guy have a rank? And number two, why in the fuck does he have access to the Vox system? Better to an honorable futility. Oh my god. Why in the hell? What is happening? It was goofy before, but you were doing well, and now we're getting into some wild fucking what? Why? Okay. It switched on me automatically. I was like, what? What are you doing? What are you doing, you little goober? Oh. Yeah, during my vomitcation that we had, Yeah, but those are the rejects, not penal legions. Penal legions have explosive bomb collars on their necks. You fight or you die, sort of deal. It's weird. It's the track tensioner, quick! Ever heard of Chrono Gladiator? I have not. Oh my goodness. Yeah, during my vomication of total fun with this flu. And I'm grabbing a cough drop. My mouth is also getting really dry. Oh. I started going back through and reading more of, or not reading more of, I should say rereading Nebula Civilization, just because, God, I'm shocked how good that fucking book is. Oh shit, those are melt-a-guns. I'm gonna just call them coax machine guns, but no, they're literally melt-a-guns. And I started, there's this place that does, like, manhwa translations and everything. So there's a few people that are all, there's a bunch of people that are kind of battling to be the first to translate the manhwa for Nebula Civilization. As it turns out, it's really fucking good. So a lot of people are trying to, you know, get in there first. And I'm sorry, Kai Scans, your translations are awful. But at any rate, besides that, there's another place called Azura Tunes, I think. But they've been doing it now. They traded one of their manhwa away, which was the reincarnation of the Sword God, I think, is what they traded, to get Nebula Civilization. And everybody was kind of like, you traded for this? So, ooh, this must be interesting. Sort of thing. And I already knew it was really good. So I was like super down for it. So I've just been going through each of the manhwa chapters and being like, alright, well, here are the differences between the novel and the manhwa, with the express note that obviously some adaptational changes will be needed, just because now you have a visual medium and everything, right? You can't really, and you got to keep in mind different like styles of pacing. You can't go into the minutia as much as you can in a book. You know, it makes sense. That'd be a blast, a fucking amazing project. Get the rights to Nebula Civilization to make it into an animated show. Sorry, I'm just letting the cough do its work. And the cough drop. Stop the cough. Also, we started, because again, I didn't have much to do. Sometimes I could barely get out of bed, and I'd just be laying there like, fuck, man, you kill me. But I started watching, Resident Alien. It's actually pretty fucking good because, you know, Alan Tudyk is in it, and, you know, Alan Tudyk is a fucking, like, great actor. He's so good at especially doing comedy bits. Girl could see a corpse a day before they die. School thinks she's weird, morbid, liar. She acts like a crazy person trying to save people. Yeah. That's interesting. I really do like Nebula Civilization, like, a lot, and I've talked about it a lot, I know. But a lot of that comes down to just, it's so unique. Has general, like, concepts that are tried and tested. The whole, like, what do they call it? The Chinese call it transmigration. Japanese isekai sort of thing, right? Soul transference. Here, he doesn't really have that. He just looks at his life and he realizes, like, he gets asked if he wants to participate in being an actual god, right? And he looks at his life and thinks about it, like, realistically. He is a shut-in. He's very distant from his family. Like, there's not a lot of good blood between them or anything like that. Like, he's... It doesn't guarantee that his life is going to be, like, shit and everything, but, you know, it's looking pretty likely that's where he's gonna be a shut-in loser, right? Just for forever. It's looking pretty likely. Because that's where he finds that he gets the most stimulation. That's where his brain gets the most functioning, is when he games. When he's able to start outthinking people and like, using tactics and everything. So he accepts the challenge, but this challenge was given to 32 people. So originally, the original concept is that there's a game called The Lost World that everybody's playing, and it's a Civilization style game. So imagine, like, Civilization, the actual game we have here, right? So it's like that, except it's a fantasy world, so you have different races and everything in it. Kobolds are in it, but it's a Korean novel, so they're the Warcraft kobolds, which annoys me because I was super excited when kobolds got mentioned, and then it's like, oh no, it's the Warcraft version, the rodents, the rat kobolds, and I'm like, fuck. I mean, makes sense. Fucking Korean. I really, really do hate the Warcraft kobolds. They're so stupid. No, it's the Warcraft kobolds, the rats. I have no idea why they would call them kobolds either. Like, Warcraft, I mean. Why would Warcraft call them kobolds to begin with? If you weren't going to make them anything like kobolds. I don't understand. Like, at that point, why didn't you just call them a different species? I don't get it. But again, like I said, it makes sense that that it would be that, just because again it's a Korean novel, and they have quite a heavy gaming culture, especially with stuff like StarCraft. So makes sense, right? Anyways. So yeah, so there's tons of different races and everything. It's fantasy. And its systems are also incredibly esoteric and complex. Which is what actually attracts a lot of people to it. Because it actually has a depth that they're not used to and everything. Like, really complex simulations and everything that are going on under the hood. And there's one achievement that everybody is like, that achievement is stupid. That is stupidly difficult to get this achievement. And the achievement is, you need to be the #1 ranked player in all of Lost World for 1 year straight. And what I like about this novel, because you think, oh, he's going to be the bestest player ever. And he is at the time, but it makes sure to emphasize the fact that he only started really trying for this year. He's been on this hot streak for this year. He's almost got it, and we're in the last match of the year. If he wins this last match, he will finally get that achievement. But last year, he could get to #1 a couple times, but then he would do something that would throw him off. So this is one of those things where it's like, he's built up to be like, he got here because he struggled to get here, right? Because he actually worked for it. And so he started thinking about the meta and everything like that, and how to break metas. And he realized last year that, hey, I'm actually pretty good at, like, countering meta. Because so many people would figure out meta with how esoteric and crazy the systems were. A lot of people would figure out how the metas would work, and they would get meta builds. And one of the meta builds you're introduced at the very start of the novel and the manhwas is called the Holy Orc strategy. And the Holy Orc strategy was to use, and technically it's the Holy Oak strategy in some translations. Very much depends. Orcs, I believe, is what the novel said as well. Let me check that real quick, actually. I'm pretty sure the novel said it was the Holy Orc strategy. Might have been Oak. Nope, Orc. It was specifically Orc. Okay. But anyways, the whole point of the strategy is to use the orcs because they are such a fast reproducing race. And then that lets you build up faith faster and faster and faster. And then to prioritize just building faith, and then gaining all of your military technologies and everything like that through constant conquest and battle. So you're very technologically weak, however, you have a massive reserve of faith to do miracles and everything like that for your followers. Makes them very, very strong. Very strong build. Has the highest win rate of any of the metas. But Sung Won, which is the name of the character, the main character, aka Nebula, he's like, no, fuck this. He basically only let his opponent continue the game. One, because his opponent was the second ranked player on the server. He goes by Nebula. The second ranked player goes by Hegemonia. And he was curious what Hegemonia might pull out. Like, if Hegemonia was only going pure meta, or did Hegemonia think about it? because there was a moment in the battle that actually caught Sungwon's attention when Hegemonia went and got the Domain of Wind, which counters Sungwon's entire strategy. Sorry, I'll just call him Nebula. Nebula's easier to say. Which counters Nebula's strategy where he would use massive air raids, bombers, and everything like that, right? So he thought, this Hegemonia is thinking outside the box here. Well, I want to see if they have anything interesting. If they're going to show me anything with Holy Orc strategy. But then at the end, he realized that they didn't have anything beyond just doing the normal Holy Orc stuff. That the Sky Domain was a great counter, but that was all it was, the counter for that particular strategy that Nebula was using. So Nebula then kind of dismissively is like, alright, well, fuck it. He's gonna end this in the fucking kick-ass way. Where's my footstool? No, actually, I don't know if that's gonna be tall enough. I need to pull the thing out. Okay. So they're in the final fights, the final battles, and Nebula launches a massive nuclear bombardment. We are talking shit tons of nukes are rocketing across the sky. Multiple nukes are targeting each city of the orcs and everything. So, you know, it's a fucking doomsday event for the orcs. Hegemonia starts intercepting quite a few of them with ballistic missiles, interceptor missiles, and everything. The manhwa actually changes the ballistic interceptors. Actually changes them to look a little more like Faith Magic-y based, and I actually kind of like that as a neat touch. Because in the novel, they were just normal interceptors. But giving them a little more of a magic Faith vibe, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Anyways, some of there's just too many nukes, though, that are streaking across the sky. Some of them are going to make it through. And the problem is, if some of them make it through and they blow up, well, the population center is going to get hit. Massive population drop, massive loss of faith. Their entire build is literally around faith generation. So we're talking about like a doom spiral of things that are going to go out of control if any of these hit. So Hegemonia summons a spirit of the wind to, of the sky, to take care of it. Oh, dude, the faith, the subtext of the novel is so fucking good, because it's not just, faith is kind of more like what the surface level details, the subtext being the concepts of free will, control, determination. Like, holy shit, the novel is so fucking good. But, yeah. So this giant spirit of the sky emerges, grabs the nukes that they can, and then just arcs them away. Like, nope, you're not hitting the capital cities. You're not doing anything like that. Now Nebula still has more and more nukes that are being launched, but then Nebula is like, okay, well, I'm gonna shock you right now, Hegemonia, because you're only playing to the meta, but I like to break meta. And so he tells his followers, Nebula tells his followers, send a signal up to the satellite we have in orbit. Hegemonia has control of the skies. That's part of their faith domain as a god. They have control of the skies. Which is what countered all of Nebula's bombers and everything like that. Bombers, aircraft, strafing runs, airships. But Hegemonia does not have control of space. So that's what he said. He sneakily put an autonomous satellite up in orbit above Hegemonia's capital. And it has been there the entire time, waiting And when it got the signal, it slowly lets a single 10-ton tungsten rod free of the satellite. And this tungsten rod, and if you know what it is, yes, it is actually a rod from God. The novel actually has the rods from God in the novel itself. The U.S. military concept of how do we make a weapon of mass destruction without it being nuclear. Oh. I don't know Dune Part 2. When Dune Part 2 becomes available for us, we're going to watch it for Saturday Showtime for sure. But, yeah, no, I don't know when I don't think it's going to be this Saturday. I was going to do RoboCop this Saturday. If it's available, I'll do Dune Part 2, but I don't think it is. Anyways, so yeah, so the satellite drops the 10-ton tungsten rod, and it's slow, super slow at first, and then it gets caught in the gravity field more, and it starts picking up speed, and getting faster and faster, and then it has so much momentum that even though the Hegemonia has control of the wind, she can't do anything to even try and stop it. She can barely deflect it. So this tungsten rod goes, bam, right into the Imperial Palace of the Orcs. Through the Imperial Palace, through hundreds of feet of dirt and concrete reinforcement, down into the reinforced bunker underneath the palace, and manages to fucking 360 no-scope the Emperor of the Orcs. Just perfectly nails his ass. Not to mention the sheer impact velocity of that creates quite a big kaboom. Now, a lot of things over-exaggerated as like multiple nuclear like explosions in size. It's not. It's more like a MOP, which is a massive ordnance penetrator. That would be more equivalent of what it is. It's just that you can't defend from like how do you defend yourself from the rods from God? You physically can't. Opinions of muskets or other sorts of primitive guns in fantasy. I wish there were more fantasy settings with them, and the only thing I can think of is Warhammer Fantasy and PoE. Pills of Eternity. That's right, because I give my bard a gun. Actually, Nebula Civilization has it as well. Oh, it is a lot. Yeah, so Hegemonia, now that because that was one of the things that made clear was in the real world, if a leader is sitting there on his hands and knees and he's just praying to God over and over again, and he's just praying to God, nothing would happen, right? But faith in Lost World is power. Like, faith is incredibly strong and incredibly important. So, when Hegemonia has her emperor, who is also her high priest of her faith, gets killed, that is a massive hit to her faith income. It also affects her divinity level because she couldn't protect her high priest. But then once that happens, she loses control of the domain of the sky, because now she's having a faith siphon where she's losing faith points like crazy. So now that missile swarm that she was keeping at bay, all those nuclear missiles are now coming in. And so they start hitting all the orc cities. And now she's losing more and more and more and more faith. And so Hegemonia then bows out and was like, you know, it's over. I lose. I surrender. And Nebula immediately afterwards backs out of the game, checks the time of day it is, and realizes he has finally gotten that stupid achievement. He has been the #1 ranked player in the game Lost World for 1 entire year straight. And it was an achievement, like, that is an achievement that is so absurd that a bunch of, like, even dedicated forums for achievement hunting actually called out the company that made the game and were like, hey, dude, that's some fucking bullshit. Like, what kind of cancer aids do you want to give people here? You have to remain the #1 ranked player in the world for an entire year straight? Holy shit. Alright, what are we missing? Oh, hang on. Yeah. It's a little shinies. Okay. Okay. Oh, this rear light as well. Okay. Yeah, you take care, Rapar. I'll be getting out of here soon too. Rods from God work. The momentum they have doesn't come from falling. It's the orbital velocity being delivered. Yeah. It's because it's a giant heavy thing that's coming in from orbit. It's like a meteorite. Oh, excuse me. And it's one of those things like, how would you ever stop a rod from God, like in the real world, or in this case, in the Lost World? It's not possible. Well, the show wasn't made to please the fans. Yeah, I've heard that. We already knew that shit beforehand, though. Okay, I'm seriously, what are we missing? Smoke launcher, spare track wheel, ammo box. Okay, this little ammo box right here. Okay. The rear viewing slit. Smoke launcher. This one. Oh, I see. Little sneaky shits. Spare track wheel. Should be over here. Okay. All right. Oh my god. Phew, excuse me. Oh, I have a throat frog that's stuck now. Ugh, great. Ooh. And an Imperial Knight Paladin. Seriously. Well, we got 13 minutes. I don't think we're going to be able to get to it in time. I think it was just good to just get some streaming in, though. Give me a second. Yeah, no, the lore is completely ruined forever in the Fallout universe. Like it's over. It's over. There's no saving it anymore. Okay. Oh, yeah, chat. Oofda. Yeah, no, we don't have enough time to do anything. I'm just glad I got back to streaming. I did okay. Again, other than the times when the coughing fits are coming. I hate coughing fits so bad. But at least it's a sign that you're in the final stretch of being sick, right? Because now your body's just trying to get rid of all the phlegm and goop and crap that you have in you. Yeah, so I'm gonna check. Let me check. Amazon Dune Part 2. I want the digital. When does it release? Yeah, when does it release on Amazon? Hold on, let's do this. May 14th. Okay, so there's, yeah, definitely not going to be this Saturday. Oh, goodness sakes. We got a few months to go. Okay. Yeah, chat. Thank you all very much for being with me today. I know, again, I haven't been streaming for a while. That's just because we were super sick. Oh. I think we did pretty good today, though. Granted, I'm not standing up, but there was no way I was going to try to stand while having these coughing fits and everything. Like, hell no, I'm sitting down today. Yeah, so the plan is we're going to watch RoboCop 1 this Saturday. Next week, we're going to start trying to do longer streams, but with a bit of a twist. We're going to do longer streams, but I'm going to have like a thing, kind of I kind of call it a pseudo-stag. I don't know a good term for it. I guess it's kind of a reaction sort of thing, but also to let people like just have talks in the chat and everything, while we maybe check out some different videos and things like that. So we can talk with you guys, look at some stuff that gets posted in the suggestions channel. I may implement a like bounty system for videos as well, where if somebody really wants me to watch something on stream and comment about it, we could do a bounty on that, but I would keep that pretty low. It just needs to be some kind of barrier so people don't try to do, you know, some shit. But yeah. We'll see how that goes. It'd probably be like maybe $5 or $10 would be like the thing somewhere in that range. Just to be like, hey, do this and comment on it. Map Pat videos? I mean, sure, we could do Map Pat videos and stuff too if you really want to do that. But I just need it as like a barrier, right? So that we don't get people that just like put in a bunch of awful shit. Some kind of barrier. We'll have to see how it goes. Alright. Chat, it was always a pleasure to chat with you guys. I know the topics went all over the place today, but it's always a pleasure to have you guys around. And I always appreciate you guys being here. Awful shit gets the best commentary. No, I'm talking about like stuff that just you know, spams the N-word, the F-word, and stuff like that. And I don't mean fuck, by the way. You know what I mean? The gamer words, like all the really good gamer words, all in a row, real fast. Is like, yeah, thanks. You know, that's what I wanted. Yeah. Well, anyways, chat. I will see you guys tomorrow, and Yeah, again, it's a very short week, but unfortunately, this is what the sickness had. Not a kobold. Dragon, get it right. Yeah. Take care, chat, for now. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Not a snake either.